Greetings and welcome to Minnovation. We are so excited that you're going to be here. And you're not here physically, but we want you to be here in a VR world. As you can tell, this technology is brand new, it's cutting edge, and we hope that you can enjoy this new technology as we live in the mindset of discovery and bring this event to you through the magic of VR. So I want you to pretend that you're here, I want you to feel that you're here, and to do that, I want you to get to know everyone in the room. Everybody give these people a round of applause. Welcome! Woo! Look around the room, look at them all, look at them all. Thank you for your interest. We're excited. We're excited that you can at least be here virtually. We couldn't bring ourselves, you to here, but we'd like to bring us to you. Thank you for your support, and if you're interested in what we do, we really would like to talk to you about perhaps giving a speech to your next audience. Take care and be sure to laugh. And the why for me, you heard the why from Elena about the neurology and all the complicated stuff. The why for me is, after about 10 years of conference calls with either chief innovation officers or chief marketing officers or chief learning officers, and I would simply ask the question, tell me about your innovation program, I had a strong belief and a strong conviction that we were forgetting about the behavior side of innovation. And I believe that since in improvisation that's all we have, we don't have a lot of process, we don't have a lot of technology, we don't have a lot of tools, we simply have our customer's voice and our behaviors, that I was called and we were called to fill that gap, to help human beings embrace the behavioral side of innovation. We are always in a mindset, and that mindset is our choice. And we can choose at any moment which mindset we're going to be in for that circumstance. And if we're in a mindset of fear, the red stuff, we probably won't be optimal in our behavior. And then we probably won't use the skills that we've developed or the tools that we've been given in a great way. But if we can be in that mindset of discovery, and these are our words, folks, it could be a good mindset, a bad mindset. In the language of improvisation, the red stuff is called no but, and the blue stuff is called yes and. And so we describe our culture of improvisation as yes and. Yes means I accepted the current moment, and means I'm going to build on it with bias towards action and with unbiased towards what was just happening. So whatever words you choose, but you're having a good day or a bad day, a good moment or a bad moment. And so what we've done is we've decided that if we want to stay in that mindset more often, which I think all of us would agree that is a good thing, it's only going to happen if we practice. Practice, practice, practice. So we practice 5 behaviors. These are the behaviors that we heard from our clients, and these are the behaviors that seem most authentic for us to use improvisation as a metaphor and to use this small organization of 105 employees at the Brave New Workshop as a place where we could have a laboratory. Because these are the 5 behaviors we practice both on stage and in our small organization. We all know that if we don't practice things, they don't become habitual. So one real quick one. Played pretty competitive college football, 7 years in the corporate world, and then 21 years now in the world of arts. Still wondering about this question. Why is it that in arts and in athletics, we spend most of our time practicing the behaviors that we need to improve? And then in our world, we get up, we work, we work, we work. Now quarterly and sometimes annually, we create a plan with our mentor or our HR department about what we want to work on, and then we revisit that later in the year. And we try to get skills and we try to get time to practice, but in general, including me, we all live a life where we're working so much we don't have time to practice what we need to get better. And that seems insane to an athlete and insane to an artist. I can't ask the 4 people that you saw to be better improvisers unless then I give them hours of time per day to practice the skills it needs to be a great improviser. And so I ask you to practice. And how we practice is important. Here's the ones that come to the top for us. The first is really humility. You heard when we asked for suggestions, we've always done it that way. That'll never work. Humility allows us to say maybe a new way, maybe a change in my own perception, my own behavior is needed for innovation. So I'm going to be humble enough, no matter how successful I've been, no matter how many decades I've been doing this, to at least consider that change could benefit me. And then that is going to be uncomfortable. So that's the second one. We have to embrace the fact that change will be uncomfortable and we have to do it anyway. How do we get there? Well, in our world, we trick ourselves through the third one. We decide that when we are in service of others, the uncomfortableness goes away. When it comes to the real world, this listening has shown itself in lots of different ways. To be a better listener, I love companies that are listening empathetically to their customers. Listening not to just what is the best for the profitability of our organization, but what really serves our customers. So you're going to hear some examples of that upstairs in a couple minutes. This listening also to what's important internally in our organization. What is the passion of the people who are working here? Sometimes strategy and planning can be great. Unfortunately, it's not really jazzing anyone on the team. And you'll see that we listen to what's important to our team in this organization also. So we listen for lots of different things. And then the other listening is that internal listening that we need to do in times of decision making and in times of ambiguity. You all are going to have situations throughout the day and throughout the week where you'll have this much information and you wish you had this much. How are you going to decide? We think you're going to listen to your gut and to your instincts. I married Jenny Lillidahl, Coon Rapids, Minnesota, Lutheran Norwegian. The most provocative conversation I've ever heard in that home is whether or not the ham was dry or kind of dry. Strong declarations don't seem to be rooted in the DNA of that culture. They'll say things like, well, I think the sun's going to go down again today. Oh, yeah. A little bit different than what I'm used to. Youngest of 8, Irish Catholic, right? And so one of the things that I absolutely fall in love with my wife about every single day is that she broke out of that. She decided she was going to practice the art of declaration, and her love of improvisation allowed her to do that. And so now this tiny little creative Norwegian troll from Coon Rapids declares loudly, mostly about what she's passionate about. So 19 years ago, we lost Jenny's sister to cancer. Left 2 kids and a wonderful husband behind. And Jenny got real passionate about that. And she started to kind of figure out what we could do. And so we went down to Nashville, and we went to the first ever Gilda's Club National Convention. And we learned about this place called Gilda's Club that Gilda Radner and her husband Gene Wilder and their therapist Joanna Bull had started in Santa Monica. And then they had actually opened one right after Gilda left us in New York. And now there was a bunch of them, and there was kind of a franchise model, and they could teach you how to do it. And it was the social and emotional part of the cancer journey. So the next day, she started declaring to her board, to her friends, to her family, and to the greater Twin Cities community that they were going to open a Gilda's Club. And the words that she used was, imagine a place. I love that word, imagine. And she realized that she was going to have to do it differently. We're not going to get a bunch of $1 million grants, but you can give $5, and you can give $10. We can have a bingo night. We can have a small golf outing, a medium golf outing, a big golf outing. We can have a theater. We can have comedy night. So a year and a half ago, the doors of Gilda's Club opened. And that's that Lutheran Norwegian, passive-aggressive, don't ruffle any feathers background, giving the opening door speech. In the first year, more than 3,000 visits happened. And so when I think of fighting this Minnesota nice and declaring for the sake of others, here's what I believe in and here's what I want to get done. In every conference call, in every meeting, in every time someone asks you for your input, I think of my wife, Jenny Lillidahl, because that Minnesota nice turned into a passionate declare, and now thousands of people per year are going to get help because of her. She's my declaration mom. Our hope for you is that you will define innovation as how you behave and the mindset that you live in. Our hope is that you will create a practice plan that allows you to create sustainability in your innovation. Our hope is that you will become your most innovative self and that you'll have a life that's filled with rewarding work, meaningful relationships, and a sense of service to others. That is our hope for you, that is our hope for us, and that is our hope for all. Be sure to laugh today.